Come on in, Dave. Take the risk.
Hang on, have you got a Tasmanian licence?
I've got a licence for the world.
Jesus. All right, I'll get the other side then. Okay, mate, let's go for a drive. Nice to be in the car with you again. Have this brownie's bloody good.
Mate. Why do so many cars beep at you now?
I know. Cars tell you what to do. Remember the old days, cars didn't tell you what to do? You got in and you were the master.
Here you are, a household name in the physiotherapy world, right?
Like butter or sugar.
Yeah, like butter or toilet.
Toilet.
And here you are putting so much energy and time and volunteer stuff into Pain Revolution. You said, where is this going? What would be your vision if, it doesn't have to be where it's going, but if you had a choice of where would it go if you could control it and you had unlimited funds?
Oh,
unlimited funds.
Unlimited funds. Now that's a really big question, and there's quite a few answers to it. Where would it go? Well, in the big broad thing, we'd start running it in the big population centres, be brave enough to do it around Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne. With unlimited funds, you could actually do it in a number of places, even overseas.
Yeah, right.
With unlimited funds, we could bring in other people to help us, because Loz, it's basically a bloody volunteer show at the moment.
Well, it is.
So to bring in educationalists, to bring in strategists, policy strategists, to bring into research teams along and see how the cyclists are doing and add to that.
Yeah, right.
To really measure what we're doing.
Quite a vista, by the way.
Isn't it lovely, Loz?
I don't want to downplay the importance of what
but
you're
I was just
saying,
getting excited about it because it is exciting. And other things that are just coming into my mind, Loz, you know, one thing that really makes me hang on in this is the missed groups. And I often talk about them. The missed groups are the old people in the nursing home with pain. It's the young people where nothing much is done. It's the people with stroke and MS and Parkinson's who have chronic pain, which is actually quite treatable. It's the adolescents who've got pain if you've got pain when you're 14 or 15 or 16, as you know, and it's been there for a while, you'll take that into later teens and early 20s.
Yeah, right.
You know, so we've got these other groups that have to come along, that we have to also come along, but that requires more resources, more people, more
money.
Staff. Yeah.
Just watch me do the rally drive over this.
Oh no! Oh, watch this! What bloody hell! You've just made me slip a disc.
Lovely.
I might get you to put it in later.
I can put that back in. It's probably out.
It's definitely out. Now I want to ask you a question, it's quite a personal question, and
cool.
Good for you, because
they're pretty good. Like, they come out when I go to the toilet, and then I can. Is that what you're going to ask me?
No, but you know, we've spoken together many times at lots of conferences and courses and things, and last year at the end of the Pain Revolution ride, when everyone comes together and we're exhausted and a lot of labile deep feelings. Yes, that's right. And I was sitting next to you. I was sitting next to you, hearing you talk, and it was a beautiful summary. But I've never seen so many tears flow out.
Of me?
Yes, they flew out, and it even made me have a little weep. I think it's called mirror neurons or something.
Yeah, gee, I can do better than that.
But would you like just to share with people who might be listening to this what it's like to finish something like this Pain Revolution week?
Well, the week, I mean, I guess I don't know what's going to happen this week, but the previous two, if I think about last week, I went in very exhausted, which is not a good plan, but just getting organised, as many of us did. And I think I spend some of the time on the bike, it's whispering in the back of my mind, just immense gratitude for what people are doing, and feeling a little bit like, jeepers, I hope no one gets injured. I hope no one gets injured, and when everyone finishes safely, that's a great relief.
Yeah.
But I think that most of my so the emotional stuff there, the tears. I mean, I'm a great crier anyway. Our poor kids who have got the silver medalist, me, in the crying champion of the world.
Oh yeah.
And the gold medalist.
I never knew you howled so much, Loz. You hold
I'm
back
good
when you're with me.
I'm good. Yeah. Well, basically, I don't have much care for you.
Oh right. Is that what it is?
Yeah, or compassion, or any of that sort of stuff.
It's good to know that.
Do you, just out of interest, do you think Bernie's behind us?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I might just turn in here and do a U-bolt.
Yep.
But it's quite hard for me to articulate because it's deep in my belly somewhere, a sense that what we are all doing is a very good thing to do, and that we are all so cohesive about it, so committed. So there's so much, for one of, I understand it sounds cliche, but there really is so much about this week that captures for me the very best of what a human in our context, with our resources and our constraints, can do.
Yeah.
And can be.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair bit of it. You see people, and during the week, people were facing down some of their own challenges.
There were some demons face down, yeah.
I had that day on the bike from Nowra to Canberra where I was in the front group, and I didn't want to slow it down.
Oh yeah.
And I ran at high 160 heart rate for 3 hours in the red zone.
Yeah.
And at the end of that, I was a mess. My face was pins and needles. I couldn't stand up.
I remember.
And then what that triggers for me is, so why did I do that?
Yep.
Why? What is it about not wanting to slow the team down, or
slightly mad?
Yep. Bit of personal growth there.
Yep.
And I think everyone would say the week is transformative, and to be part of a group who are undergoing transformative weeks, that's just really an immense privilege, and an indescribable privilege.
It is, and just to add something there, I often reflect on your statement. I wasn't there at the time. I might have been close by with some conference, and they were talking about the latest pain science findings and stuff, and I remember you commented, well, bugger this, let's just get out and do something about it. And I often reflect on that. Get out and do something about it. Go and talk to the people with pain. Go and push those who are dinosaurs. Just get out and change something, because it is changeable. And I felt that strongly.
I remember that really, really well, that conference, and I actually said out loud, without knowing I was speaking out loud, I said, enough. And the person behind me said, enough what? And that's when I realised I'd said it out loud. But my thought was really quite self-reflective, that here I was in the conference zone, and we're adding stuff cool, the field's moving forward slowly. I think it's good stuff that is happening.
Yeah.
But we're all sitting there almost just naive to the reality of people on descending spirals.
Yeah.
Not only on the descending spirals, but people who, if we could get this stuff to them, they would get off the descending spiral. I think that's the thing that really struck me, and it's time to get out there. And the fact that people have jumped at this, I reckon, shows how far behind I was, really.
That people wanted, and the community support here in Tasmania. And I think we've got nearly 1,500 people booked in for that's a big chunk of Tasmania's population.
It's amazing.
And because they've all got 4, 5, 10 people they'll pass it on to. So this is going to be quite an impact here.
Yeah, that's something I was mentioning to Trevor, who's been amazing. But to say the bums on seats is great. We've got, per capita, we've doubled last year.
Yeah.
But it's the penetration in the community. 30 community organisations who have all told their networks, and I just feel like it's good. But clearly, I think it's good. I could have rephrased your question right into, is any of that happening for you this year? All right, any of that. And so interesting from yesterday when we all started to come together. I can feel that I'm negotiating a trajectory of emotion,
yeah,
conviction, gratitude,
yeah,
concern,
yeah,
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 European windscreen wipers,
pain in the legs,
yeah, and it's a bizarre space to be in, but that whole, the self-consciousness of, I mean, you must feel like there's so many people who are getting in on this are doing it because they've already been touched by the science in some way.
Yeah.
And they see it as they interact with their patients.
It's a lovely term, I was just butting in, touched by the science. And it's interesting that the science has been there, it's growing rapidly, and you're touching people with science, and sometimes it's just a few small little things, chunks that just get people going,
Yeah, so who knows where it will end, Dave. Well, but here we are. This is the end of your journey.
We're back. Look at all those paint. Look at all the coloured jerseys around. Yeah. They're ready to go.